Recipe for Khubani ka meetha or apricot and custard dessert. For Khubani ka meetha you will need 500 grams or 2 cups of dried apricots, and here we can see they're seedless. We will soak these apricots for a minimum 2 to 3 hours, or for best results overnight, in 2 cups of water, 1 cup of sugar, and for the custard you will need 3 tablespoons of custard powder, 3 cups of milk, and 3 tablespoons of sugar. This will make the custard lightly sweet. We will boil the apricots with the water and sugar, and we've used the same water we used to soak the apricots. When it starts boiling, we will put the cooker on low until a jam forms. Meanwhile, we will prepare the custard. So add the 3 cups of milk first, and now add 3 tablespoons of sugar, and we will leave it to boil. Whilst the milk is boiling, we will add 3 tablespoons of custard powder and mix it in with a little bit of milk. Mix the custard well, and when the milk comes to a boil, we will slowly add it to the custard. Stir constantly. The custard should be of thick consistency, because for this dessert we do need a thick custard. And now, as a secret tip, this is optional, we're adding a little slice of butter. It will make the custard a lot tastier. And we'll just wait for it to melt and mix it in thoroughly. When the butter has melted and been thoroughly mixed in, we'll know that the custard is ready. The apricots are boiling now, so we will put it on a low fire and cover it up until a jam is. The custard will be less sweeter than usual because we eat it with the apricot and it balances out. Now that the custard is cooked, we will keep stirring it on and off so that a layer on top, or the malai, isn't formed. The apricots have been cooking for around 1.5 hours right now, but it's still a bit thin, so we will cook it a bit more so that it becomes a thin jam. Whilst we wait for it to become a bit thicker, you can start mashing up the fruit a bit. And just now, 30 seconds later, you can see that it has become a thin jam. And now that the cooker is off, we're just mashing the fruit even more, just so it gives an even consistency. And now we'll prepare it for serving. We've used a thin, shallow, transparent dish, and we're just spreading the apricot at the bottom. We don't need a lot, as the custard will go on top. After the apricot has cooled down a bit, we will add the custard on top. The ratio that we've used for this recipe is enough for a dinner party or a big dish. And now we will use a fork and just lightly stir it around a bit, just to add some of the apricot colour. And now this is optional, we're adding some silver leaves or varak on top, and some nuts for garnishing, now with some pistachios. Your Khubani ka meetha or apricot custard dessert is ready to be served.